All right, whole life challengers, welcome to Movement Vault. So at Movement Vault, we offer you guys a new 15-minute video routine every day to help you increase your flexibility, increase your mobility, ultimately decreasing your injury risk and increasing your performance in life and in the gym. So during this exclusive video series, we've partnered up with Whole Life Challenge to offer you a new video every week that will focus on different areas of the body. To find out more about our program, check out movementvault.com. With that, guys, what we're going to get after today is the hips and the ankles. So what we're going to need today is a foam roller here to start off with, and then we're going to need some kind of pad for your knee, whether it be a padded mat or kind of one of these more thicker pads. So let's go ahead and let's talk about what we're going to get into. So we're going to roll this whole anterior chain here. So we've got this whole quad complex here, this hip flexor muscles as well. We're going to hit the TFL. We're going to hit a little bit of this rectus femoris all the way down. So let's go ahead and get down and kind of get into it here. So let's go ahead and actually start with the foam roller really high up on the hip. And we're actually going to create a little bit of rotation. So if I'm, facing forward here, I'm going to rotate a little bit over to the right side. So we're on the left hip right now, by the way. So I'm going to rotate away from you, but I'm going to still talk. And I'm going to flex my knee here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hit this little side hip area. There you feel a little bit of kind of maybe a 2 by 3 inch muscle. That's called your TFL. And that's a hip flexor that tends to be pretty tight and tender. We're going to spend about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes kind of rolling here on the front of the leg. And so what we're doing here is we're trying to decrease the tone or the tension in the front of this hip. And then we're going to use some end range stretch isometrics to open up the range of motion and create more mobility and stability in this hip. So let's go ahead and let's get down on our elbows now. Let's really squeeze our hamstring here, bending your knee. And let's go ahead and just kind of roll on the front of that quad and just really start to explore the outside, the middle, even the inside. And we're just going to kind of make our way down towards the knee. If you find a nice, tight, tender spot that you need to spend a little bit more time on, definitely hone in on that area. But we're going to cruise all the way down to just a couple inches above the kneecap. So keep on cruising. The goal here is to keep a little bit of activation in the hamstring as we do this, because that's going to, again, decrease the activation here in the quad. Another thing to note is try to keep your abs mildly engaged. Try not to fully just extend that low back like I just did. So I've got a little bit of engagement here in the abs. And we're going to continue rolling here for about another 20-ish seconds. So with these movement vault videos, we'll usually hit two-ish areas of the body per video. Sometimes we'll hone in on one. The flow days will kind of hit, the whole body. So today we're hitting the hips and the ankles. And let's just go ahead and finish up, guys, wherever you're at. Really squeeze that hamstring on this last little piece here right above the knee. And let's go ahead and just kind of roll out of that situation. We're going to do the same thing we just did here, guys, on the right side. So again, starting really high up here in this hip, this TFL area. Let's go ahead and roll there. So again, I'm rotating a little bit to the left, and I've got that little piece of muscle there that's a lot of times pretty tight and tender. So you don't have to really focus on bending your knee here yet. But as we rotate over to the front, you can even kind of hit the side a little bit here. So kind of rotate to the left, hit that side piece a little bit. And if you feel like you need more time here, let's go ahead and rotate to the elbows down on the mat. Keep those abs engaged. Now let's start to bend the knee, flexing your hamstring. If you feel like you need a little more time with this foam roller piece, guys, you can always pause the video and just spend some extra time doing so. But just spending a good 1 to 2 minutes usually pretty adequate to give that input to our central nervous system to decrease the tone, aka the tightness in some of these muscles. So cruising on down the quad here, continuing to keep that knee bend, hitting the inside, the middle, the outside of that quad. And about 20 more seconds here, guys. Squeezing that hamstring as I roll away. Finishing up here right above the knee. And let's go ahead and roll out of that, guys. All right. So we are good with our foam rollers now, guys. So we can go ahead and roll those out of the picture here. So now's the time where we get our nice pad here for our knee. So this is a pretty thin mat. So I like to use this, this thicker pad here. But if I was using this, I would roll this up a little bit just to really give my knee some good padding. So we're going to start with the knee, the right knee on this pad here. So the knee's going to be on the pad. I'm going to get into a lunge position. My left leg's going to go forward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to the mat with my right hand. I'm then going to bend my knee with my left hand, grab the front of my right ankle. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of lunge forward, tiptoe forward, get into a nice deep lunge here. I'm going to squeeze my right glute till I feel that stretch all in the front of the hip, the right hip. And from here, I'm going to pull my heel towards my butt, really stretching out that quad. And once I'm here, I'm going to contract and kick my right leg back into my left hand. And so my hand's going to hold this kick. We're going to hold this here for 20 seconds as I rotate up towards my left. So we're in this position. I'm just going to kind of review for you guys. I'm holding with my left hand the front of my right ankle as I kick back and contract. Slowly start to increase that contraction, starting around 50%, and really start to kick it up on this first rep to about 70%. So this is an active stretch. Keep on breathing here, guys. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Stay there. What I want you to do now is squeeze your hamstrings. Try to bring your heel to your butt. Let go of your leg and squeeze your hamstrings as hard as you can here. We're holding it for 10 seconds, guys. If you guys cramp, I want you to pause the video, shake it off, get right back into it. Cramps just mean that you're weak in that muscle. You need to work on your activation. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Let's go ahead and just kind of kick the hips back, forward. Kick the hips back. Feel a little bit of stretch in that opposite hamstring. We're just going to get a little flow piece here in between reps. So I'm keeping my right arm down, kicking my hips back. So yeah, when you cramp up, that essentially means that that's a muscle that you're not activating or activating properly. So when you force your muscle to contract, it's saying, hey, what's going on? I'm going to cramp up. The more you stick with this, guys, will get you nice, strong, and resilient in these positions. Don't worry about it. So here we go. Rep 2, let's go ahead and kick it up. Boom. Again, I can't stress it enough. Pad that knee. Get into your nice deep lunge. Try to get that heel closer to the butt this time. Let's go ahead and kick back into your hand here as you rotate up. Really focus on increasing that contraction of your right quad as you kick back into your left hand. Within this 20 seconds, I want you to really try to increase your contraction to up to about 80%. Keep breathing here, guys. Keep it up here. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Squeeze it there. Now squeeze the hamstrings. Try to bring the heel to the butt. Let go here. You got 10 seconds. Really squeeze that hamstring back here. Can you get a little bit more activation? You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Relax now. Go ahead and kick that hip back. Let's get a little bit of flow piece in here. Lunge forward and back. We're going to do one more round on this side, and then we've got 3 for the other. So essentially what we're doing with these is we're we're stretching out our muscles and all the muscles that cross the hip joint. And then once they're stretched out, we're activating the muscles around that joint, creating a contraction. We call these end range isometrics. And they're the quickest way to increase your flexibility and mobility. So let's go ahead and get back down, guys. Last rep. Go ahead and reach back. Get into your lunge. Nice and deep. Should be able to get as deep as you can this time. Kick back. 20 seconds. I want you kicking back about as hard as you can go this time, as long as you feel comfortable. Keep breathing. You can get into a little bit more rotation if you want. Keep it up, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze that hamstring. Heel to the butt. Let go. Squeeze it. Really focusing. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Let's come out of that. So guess what, guys? We've got the other side to do. So let's go ahead and get in our nice position. Straighten out, wiggle it out, shimmy it out a little bit. Let's go ahead and get nice and situated here. So left knee is back, right leg is forward. Again, we're getting to this nice deep lunge here. So now it's going to be that same thing, opposite leg. Left arm comes down. I'm going to reach back, grab the back of my leg. So sometimes it's hard to, I can't reach it. What you can do is kind of get your foot and your knee close, reach back here, and then kind of walk your leg forward. That's kind of the alternative way to do it, because sometimes it's hard to reach back. So we're here. Right hand is grabbing the front of the left ankle, rotating up, getting deep into that stretch. Same deal, guys. Kicking back into the hand that's holding. 20 seconds. Slowly start to increase your contraction, starting at about 40%, ramping all the way up to about 70. Keep on breathing in and out through your nose. Keep it up, guys. Feel that contraction. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze your left hamstring. Try to bring your left heel to your left butt. And squeeze it here, guys. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax that leg. Couple of flows. Left hand stays down. I'm kicking my hips back, feeling a little bit of stretch here in that right hamstring. All right, let's go ahead and get set up for the second rep here, guys. Again, coming back, taking that right hand, reaching for that left front of the ankle. Left hand stays down. Let's go ahead and get into our deep lunge. Pull that heel closer to your butt here. Feel that stretch in the left quad. Kicking back here, 20 seconds. Starting at about 50% contraction, ramping all the way up to about 80 this time. Active stretches, they are the gold. Keep breathing here, guys. You guys are doing great. Keep it up, guys. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze that left hamstring. Let go of that leg. Try to keep the leg where it's at. Fight for as much contraction as you can get. Hold it here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let that leg go down. Go ahead and relax. Couple little pumps here to kind of relax in between reps. Lunging forward and back. One more here, guys. You guys are crushing it. Let's really make this last one count here. We've got a 20-second hold. All right, let's go ahead and reach back. Grab that front of the left ankle. The left arm's rooted down. Lunge forward. Feel the front of that left hip really open up. Bring your heel to your butt. Let's kick back into the hand for 20. Let's start at about 60% and ramp up to about as hard as you can go. End range isometric contractions for the win. They're the most effective way to, again, increase the flexibility and mobility. Passive stretching really is not an effective technique to use unless you have hours per day to do them. Really kick it up, guys. Really kick it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze that left hamstring. Last one, guys. Make it count. Really squeeze it. Can you get a little bit closer to your butt? You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly come out of that. All right, guys, that's a burner. Let's go ahead and get into some ankle action here. So what we're going to do, we're going to get into that similar half kneeling lunge, and we're going to really work on ankle dorsiflexion. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this knee translate over our toes here, feeling a nice stretch here in the back of the ankle. And so I want to try to make sure that my knee is tracking over the middle of my foot, and I can even add a little bit of extra weight here, or I can keep my hands on the ground. So what I'm going to do here is essentially we're just going to do some 10-second pushes down into the ground like I'm pushing on a gas pedal. So it's similar to that last technique. We're getting into this end range stretch, and then we're contracting. So I want you to really push on that gas pedal here. Push into the ground for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do the opposite. Let's stay in this stretch and try to squeeze the muscles in the front of your ankle here. Feeling everything contract here, trying to get deeper into the stretch. Make sure your heel stays on the ground. 20 seconds total. We're already into it. Let's go for 10. Try to squeeze as much as you can, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and come out of that. Couple little lunges here. We're going to do 2 rounds of these per side. So again, dropping down real deep into that stretch. Knees tracking over the middle of the foot. Heel stays down. Let's push down on that gas pedal into plantar flexion. 10 seconds. I just want you to push as hard as you can go here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Contract the muscles on the front of the ankle here. Really squeeze it here. You guys got it. 20-second squeeze. Keep breathing. Keep it up, guys. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Go ahead and come out of that. So those are as hard as you make them, guys. I want you to really fight for that end range contraction. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Right leg comes forward. Foot is straight. Heel remains on the ground. I lunge forward. I can create a little bit of overpressure here if I lean my body weight on it. Get into your end range stretch. 10 seconds down into the ground. And let's really push it. If that ground wasn't there, I'd essentially be doing this on the first part and this on the second part. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and squeeze the opposite direction. Try to peel your foot off that gas pedal, squeezing all the muscles in the front of the leg. Increasing dorsiflexion range of motion of the ankle is going to help us with really everything we do in life, in the gym. And it's really restricted in a lot of the athletes and the patients that I work with. So if your squat is lacking, there's a good chance you've got some ankle issues. We've got 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and come out of that for a second. Flow in. We've got one more round of this, guys. And let's go ahead and sink down into that stretch. Knee tracks over the toes. Heel stays down. 10 seconds down. Really push it here. Keep breathing. Keep it up, guys. 3, 2, and 1. And contract the opposite way. Pull that foot off that gas pedal. Perfectly okay to hold onto the ground. You can even use your chest to kind of push your ankle into more dorsiflexion there. Really squeeze it here, guys. 10, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you guys want some extra credit, guys, I want you guys to do 1 to 2 more rounds per side, 10 seconds down, 20 seconds up. Awesome job, guys. You guys crushed a movement vault video. I know your body's loving it. To find out more about Movement Vault, you can check us out at Movement Vault. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We love to see what you guys are doing out there. Post a pic, a video of you doing Movement Vault. Tag us in it. We'll send you a love, a shaka. With that, guys, we'll see you next time.